and welcome to Women Today. My name is Amira and I'm the host of the show. Women Today is a platform that seeks to inspire, encourage and motivate the modern young lady. We bring together women who are the top of their game to come and tell us their story, to inspire us, and maybe we learn also from them how they have been navigating through life and focusing on what is important. Today, Ms. Phyllis Wakiaga, she is the CEO of KAM, Kenya Association of Manufacturers, one of the leading stakeholders for campaigns such as Buy Kenya, Build Kenya, or Made in Kenya brand. She's here today to tell us about her story, and she'll inspire a certain sense of passion, a certain sense of being a God-fearing person in you. And also, she's very fun and easy to talk to. So kindly watch the show, click like, share, subscribe, share among your friends and learn from her today. Thank you so much for joining Women Today. Women Today is a show that seeks to inspire, encourage, motivate young women. By doing so, we look for women who are at the top like you, doing great things, and we see how we can be able to let you tell a story that will help us see how you navigated life and how it has been. Maybe your story might inspire somebody else. I was sitting here before we started the shoot, and I was looking at the photos of you. Yes. The people that you have shaken hands with, the networks that you've had, people you've interacted, mingled with, even as the CEO of KM. I don't know, did you imagine as a young girl that you'd always be like this?
Thank you very much for coming for the interview as Women Today. It's always a pleasure for me to speak on my journey because it can inspire someone, it can give light, also just to share the story, especially to mentor young people. So where I am today, did I think I would be here as a little girl when I was like 10 or 9 years old? What I knew is I wanted to be a lawyer. And
really? That is law.
So that's what I knew.
But you didn't know it would lead you all the way to now.
I did know by the time I was a young girl that it would lead me all the way. But I knew I wanted to have a career. I wanted to study law. And I was ambitious. And I was just playing and growing up.
Yes. Okay. So how was it like with you growing up? What was your family like, your setup, everything around you? Maybe if you can give us a picture.
Okay. Of growing up. I grew up in Nairobi. My dad moved to Nairobi when I was 1 or 2 years old. He was working, he's an engineer, so he was working in Chemelil Sugar Factory then. But he moved to Nairobi when I was 2 years old, if I'm not wrong. So basically I grew up in Nairobi. Yes. Grew up in a middle-class family. My mom is a psychologist. We lived in a number of places in Nairobi, in Upper Hill, in Highview, the Ngumo area. We lived in Avenue Park. So we just lived in Nairobi, grew up in Nairobi.
You're a Ngumo girl. I used to come from Ngumo.
Yes, I went to I went to public schools all through, public uni. So I'm a Nairobi child.
Pretty much. Okay. Yes. So now, how have you been, or what's really is at the center of you being this focused quite early? You said you're a lawyer by profession. You've done your master's degree. You have, you've achieved accolades in different areas, not just in education, but also professionally, getting promotions, working for big companies. Kenya Airways, for example, it's not just a simple airline. Many people dream to work there. Now you're KM, you're mentored through the journey here and there. So, I don't know, maybe you can just tell us what really is behind this drive, focus.
For me, what is behind my drive and focus is to live a life that lives true to my purpose and fulfills whatever God set out for me to do in the universe. So I believe in doing my best. I believe in being hardworking. I believe in making a difference and making a contribution to society. So I'm a change agent, very passionate about what I do, very ready to burn the midnight oil and give everything I do my all. That's who I am as a person, based possibly on my upbringing, because my parents were very, as individuals, also very hardworking, very disciplined people. So they instilled the same in us and my siblings. So that upbringing, I think, is part of it. Also spent a lot of time as I grew up going to church. So I have a very strong Christian foundation as a person, as an individual, but also at a personal level. I'm one of those people who read widely, read a lot. So I spent a lot of time when I discovered books, biographies, reading about other people, and saying, I would love to be like this person, doing a lot of reading, a lot of books on personal development, leadership. From the time I was quite young, I've been an avid reader. So all that put together,
and being a lawyer, I guess you have to read also.
Being a lawyer, oh my, you read a lot. So all that put together, I guess, culminates in the journey. I've also been privileged to have a lot of people who've held my hand. I wouldn't be here if I have not had certain colleagues, certain bosses, certain teachers. So a lot of people have really gone out of the way to support, to give leadership, to give guidance, to train and nurture. So all those people have contributed to this journey.
So do you use your law degree today, for example?
I use my law degree everywhere.
Everywhere, it's necessary.
Every day all my life since I became a lawyer. Because law, in my view, is I'm those people who say everyone should just do law, because it opens up your mind to thinking, to a different world view. So it's not about going to court.
And understanding the different dynamics.
Understanding a lot of dynamics. So it's not about just going to court. Law is a degree that just gives you a lot of insight into the policy, legislative environment, a lot about history, about countries, about the nature of society. So law is a very broad degree. So it's something you apply on your day-to-day basis, because it's really about society and life. Yes, but even in my career, in the work we do today, like at CAM, our policy advocacy work, a lot of it is based on the legal regulatory frameworks in the country. Yes.
So I'm really curious, and I really want you to bring out the spiritual element of you and how it has nurtured you all through. I guess it's the one thing that has kept you grounded, but then I also guess that's also how you derive your sense of decision making and everything around you. I don't know how you can speak to it today, but how important being spiritual is important, you know, in bringing out the best of you as a human being as well.
So for me, God is the center of my life. Then I fashion my life around him. I'm not perfect as a human being, and that's something that is real. But I have always just tried to maintain a relationship with God, because for me it gives me a sense of knowing where I'm going, knowing my direction, drawing inspiration from the Bible and the learnings there, and just to know that there's someone beyond myself who controls our circumstances in life, because that gives you peace at the end of the day, when you know that you're not the one in control, by the way, someone else is in control. So that gives you peace to know that you do your part, you do your best, but there's someone over and above who then determines what the outcomes become. So I saw something online which I wish for you to confirm today, that you teach your son the piano. No, I don't teach, but he plays. My kids learn instruments. They have a teacher called Teacher Frida, who's a friend of mine, but also their music teacher. So all of them play an instrument, except
you too?
Baby. I have interest in music, but I don't play an instrument. I've done more of I used to train the children's choir in church, so I sing and stuff, but I don't play an instrument. So I'm forcing my kids to do it on my behalf.
They're living vicariously through you. And so in terms of family, a mother of 4, a wife, and then also a leader of a whole association that is in charge of, you know, driving the transformation, the industrial transformation in this country. How has that been like, trying to, you know, balance life personal career and still maintain this glow? Because you definitely look very young, composed, happy. You just, everything is just going on right. So how have you managed to do all this?
First of all, it's the center I have. At the end of the day, knowing and having that peace that someone else is in control. But practically, it's being deliberate about the things I do. So in terms of planning my time, ensuring that no minute goes to waste. So because of the different roles I have to be very disciplined in terms of make sure I plan my time well and balance what needs to be done for family, what needs to be done for the job, what needs to be done for personal development, because I've also spent a lot of time still going to school at night and studying despite that, what needs to be done for society. So it's just taken a lot of discipline in managing my time. It's taken also a lot of ability to have people in my life who manage my life for me. I have a very good social structure. So I have my parents who are very reliable. I have my husband who is extremely reliable. I have a fantastic house manager who has lived with us for maybe 13 years now, or 12 years, for a long time, who has really also been very important in just creating that order and stability. And my siblings are all also very, very key in the outcome in my life. Then within the workplace also, my board is very supportive. I have a 17-member board of very supportive business owners and CEOs, a leadership team, my PA Maureen, who organizes my life. So I think just that structure also helps to create that order in life.
And so now, how would you say, life has been for you? Like generally, life is good, life is average, life is, how would you rate life?
Such an optimist.
Optimist,
so because I'm an optimist, life is good.
Life is good.
Even in the midst of corona, life is good. Because I know at the end of the day, it shall be well.
It shall be well, and nothing lasts forever.
Nothing lasts forever. And as long as we are healthy and God still has given us life and a purpose in this world, we do our part. There are challenges, by the way, in life, up and down, but even with those, knowing that at the end of the day, you have the ability to cope with whatever those challenges are. And that I'm just an optimist. So that has really helped in life.
It's easy to speak about good things in life also, I would say. But then the hardest things to speak about are the challenges that we've gone through. And sometimes when people look at us on the face value, they think, wow, such a high, lady, things going on well for her. Life must be good for her. She must just be, But then I'm sure you've had challenges along the way. I'm sure you've had moments you've sat down and said, wow, God, here you have to come through, I don't know if you're open enough to speak about that today. If you really want to share something in regards to challenges that you've gone through and maybe even how you managed to maneuver around it.
For me, the main challenges would be if there are challenges, but for me, I take it as part of life. Being a mother of children means that you really have to, you're vested. Basically, your heart is in just ensuring that your kids get the best and that they succeed in life. So just the challenge of still doing my career, doing my work, going to school, and also trying to make time for family, that has really been one of those things that has been a very serious act of being deliberate and balanced in what I do. I've succeeded sometimes, and sometimes I've failed. Sometimes the kids are, Mommy, you're always on your phone, what time are you getting home? And all those things. But I've tried as much as possible, at least to make my weekends family time. My weekdays can be sometimes tricky,
hectic,
and I can sometimes disappoint and not come at the time I should have come or done things like that. But I try as much as possible to communicate and make up for any of those.
And so how would you also say your friendships have been like, growing up, college friends? Let's even go back to high school friends and then college friends. Do you still have them? by the way.
I even have my primary school group.
Really? Okay, nice.
My Kilimani primary school class.
Okay.
So every day it's buzzing with
conversations on WhatsApp and all, yeah.
For high school, we also still keep in touch as a high school group. We have another group called Inner Circle of my close high school friends who we still keep in touch with, catch up for lunch and just laugh about how life has turned out.
Okay.
Our university class is also there. So for me, that all those are there in terms of the social circles. There are those who I'm extremely close to. They are, you know, because in life you have many friends and acquaintances, but people who you're very close to.
Definitely.
So
you have to have an inner circle.
So I have my best friend is called Emily Omuga, and we spend time laughing and hanging out when I have time, because I know that's a challenge. Because of the way I'm busy sometimes.
Sometimes you don't have time.
I struggle.
You can't hang out every day, every weekend.
Every day. But I do have my sister Edith and my sister-in-law Judy. So those are some of the people who
that you
are extremely close. My cousins, my friends Ivy and Melissa and Lorna. So I have some very, very close friends who I spend time with.
Okay. But I'm just curious. I wasn't planning to ask this, but then most times your friends will not be of the same thinking with you. Sometimes also life might not have been that fair to them here and there. I don't know how you'd encourage people even to keep friendships, even though, you know, friendship is challenging, let's just say, growing up, you know. After a certain age, let's just say, mid-20s going forward, some people tend to lose their friendships, others gain friendships, new friendship along the way. Sometimes it's a challenge, uphill, downhill, valley. Just talk about something like that.
I think for friendships, for those friendships that are true friendships, they withstand time. Irrespective of the directions people go, for those friendships that are real, you're able to withstand time, and you're able to start from where you left off. Because for some of my friends, we've not caught up for 5-6 months, but when we we start from there. And the important thing for me about friendships is that friendships keep you grounded. Your friends knew you when you played kati, when you played hopscotch. You know, when you have such people in your life, it has the ability to just make you so grounded, so human. And it's always a pleasure for me when I interact with my friends from my childhood, from my past, because we know each other as we were, as human beings, and it also then makes you know that all the hype sometimes is not necessary. Sometimes life is just what it is, and we've been privileged to be where we are as individuals. It might not be for everyone, but everyone's path in life is different.
That's true. Wise words, Phyllis. And now maybe, you know, you might not have answers to everything, and you're thinking, I wish I knew this when I was growing up. What do you wish you knew sooner in life? Like you wish you didn't even focus on that before. You're thinking, I wish I knew this. Just, you know, things you wish, not just one. You can even name 3, 4, 5, 10.
I wish I was more patient with myself. Sometimes I was one of those people who was so impatient. I wanted things to happen like yesterday. And I see it in my teenage daughter sometimes. When will I be a billionaire? When will I live in LA? When will I? And you know, you want to live life so fast. So no, enjoy the moment. You'll never be 15 again. You'll never be 12 again. So that patience of just savoring the moment
that is
and
funny.
Enjoying the
when
moment.
When will I be millionaire?
I'm telling you,
15.
and things like that.
Enjoy it.
So that patience, I think, is one of the things. If I was my younger self, I would be more patient with myself and all that. And then also I would probably learn that also not to take things too seriously or to get
and that's hard as a lawyer. I mean, you are a lawyer by profession.
Just
not to take things seriously.
Just sometimes to just enjoy life and enjoy the moment and be in the moment. Because sometimes I think we spend a lot of time and planning for the future, planning for tomorrow, and not just enjoying the moment.
And actually being a CEO, for example, I'm sure you have so many action plans and things you're planning, and that mentality moves on to also your personal life, where you feel like you have to keep planning and planning. So you're saying that it's good to plan, but again also enjoy and just live the moment.
And live the moment, not rush through life. So I would be more patient. I would just grow, enjoy the moment, and spend more time taking advantage of what exists now and not being too futuristic about everything. It's good to be strategic, to think long term, but it's also good to live as you do all that.
Okay.
Yeah.